Diddy isn't just a rapper, he's a billionaire brand. From Bad Boy Records to Ciroc Vodka, he's built an empire on music, fashion, and lifestyle. But lately, the headlines aren't about success. They're about lawsuits, raids, and disturbing claims. What happened to the man who once ruled the charts? And why is everything falling apart now? Born in Harlem in 1969, Sean Combs lost his father young. He hustled his way from intern at Uptown Records to launching Biggie's career. He was relentless, ambitious, and he turned pain into power. But those closest to him say that same drive may have created a toxic empire behind the scenes. Bad Boy Records was more than a label. It was a movement. Diddy discovered Biggie, Mace, Faith Evans, artists who defined a generation. But as his fame grew, so did his control over every detail. Some say Diddy's need for power went far beyond music. Diddy's parties were legendary, elite, extravagant, secretive. But what happened behind closed doors? Former insiders claim these weren't just parties. They were controlled environments where Diddy decided everything. The guest list, the cameras, the silence. For years, whispers followed Diddy's name. Abuse, manipulation, intimidation, but nothing ever stuck. His power protected him. People stayed quiet until now. In 2023, everything changed. Lawsuits, allegations, and an FBI raid that shocked the industry. In late 2023, Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie filed a bombshell lawsuit. She accused him of years of abuse, control, and even trafficking. The case was settled quickly, but the damage was done. Suddenly, others began to come forward too. Cassie's lawsuit was reportedly settled for over $30 million. That number raised questions. Was Diddy trying to silence her? And if so, how many others had been paid to stay quiet? The public wanted answers, and the media wasn't letting go. After Cassie's case, more people came forward, men and women. Their claims echoed the same themes: control, fear, and retaliation. Diddy denied everything, but for the first time, it felt like his power was slipping. In March 2024, Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. It wasn't just a celebrity scandal anymore. It was a criminal investigation. Federal agents reportedly seized electronics and other evidence. The world watched in shock. During the raid, Diddy's sons were reportedly present. Videos showed them being escorted out. It raised questions about how deep this situation really goes and how much his family might have known. What's most shocking is how quiet Diddy's inner circle has been. Former collaborators, artists, even friends, few have spoken out. Some say it's loyalty, others say it's fear. Because when Diddy burns bridges, he burns them fast. Brands once lined up to work with Diddy. Now they're going silent. Ciroc has distanced itself. Events stopped inviting him. It's the classic Hollywood retreat. They'll support you until you become a liability. Some now believe Diddy lived a double life, the glamorous mogul by day and something darker by night. Allegations speak of surveillance, threats, and control. Was it all carefully hidden behind fame? Despite it all, Diddy's influence on music can't be denied. He created legends. He changed the sound of hip-hop. But can we separate the art from the artist? That question is now at the center of everything. Through lawyers and statements, Diddy has denied all allegations. He calls them false, defamatory, and driven by money. But with investigations growing and the public demanding answers, denial may not be enough. As the legal battles mount, Diddy has largely remained out of the public eye. Despite his silence, sources close to him claim he's fighting a personal and professional crisis like never before. Friends and family wonder whether the man who once commanded the room can ever return to the spotlight, or if this scandal will be his undoing. Beyond the spotlight, Diddy's empire stretches far. From record labels to real estate, he built an intricate network. But some now believe there may be darker corners to this empire. From shadow companies to secretive financial dealings, questions linger. Was Diddy hiding more than just his personal life? Diddy's luxury lifestyle was always in the public eye, but insiders claim that his extravagant wealth masked a need for total control. The private jets, the mansions, the yachts, they were all part of a carefully curated image. But what if that same control was the foundation of his empire's darker side? Diddy's rise wasn't just about ambition, it was also about fear. Those who worked with him claim that Diddy ruled with an iron fist, using fear and intimidation to maintain his dominance. From verbal abuse to calculated retaliation, no one was safe. What was the real cost of his power? Cassie's lawsuit was just the tip of the iceberg. As the scandal grew, more women began to share their stories. Claims ranged from manipulation to threats, with Diddy at the center. While the details vary, the pattern remains the same. A man who used his position of power to control those around him, often with terrifying results. The lawsuits against Diddy didn't just affect his reputation, they impacted his businesses. Brand deals dropped, and major companies distanced themselves. The fallout was quick and ruthless, leaving Diddy scrambling to protect what remained of his empire. What will the future hold for a mogul brought low by legal and media battles? While Diddy's personal life spirals, his legacy in the music industry continues to be a point of contention. For many, he's still the architect of some of hip-hop's greatest hits. But can the music industry continue to support a man with such controversy surrounding him? Or will the scandal overshadow the soundtracks of a generation? Diddy's former allies in Hollywood are reportedly retreating as the scandal unfolds. The lavish parties, the collaborations, they all seem a distant memory now. Studios and directors who once courted Diddy's influence now seem to want nothing to do with him. This isn't just a legal problem, it's a career-crushing disaster. As investigations deepen, the FBI's involvement raises even more questions. Why did they conduct such a large-scale raid? What were they looking for? Sources indicate that this may be just the beginning of a much larger investigation into Diddy's activities. And it's not just about allegations anymore. It's about uncovering the truth. Fans, former employees, and collaborators find themselves divided over Diddy's legacy. While some stand by him, insisting that he's being falsely accused, others believe the accusations are a long overdue reckoning. The music world, the fashion industry, and even his family are at odds. How does one reconcile the man they knew with the man now under investigation? Diddy has steadfastly denied all allegations against him. He claims the accusations are part of a larger conspiracy to ruin his career and personal life. But with each new allegation, his denials seem less convincing. How long can he maintain this defense as more evidence comes to light? The media has turned Diddy's downfall into a spectacle. Every new development is dissected, analyzed, and broadcasted. Some argue it's a feeding frenzy. Others say it's justice being served. But one thing is clear. Diddy's every move is now under the microscope, and the public is more curious than ever about what happens next. Behind every celebrity's rise is a story of sacrifice, ambition, and often darkness. Diddy's career may be the ultimate example of the price of fame. His story isn't just about music, success, or wealth. It's about how the desire for control, power, and influence can corrupt even the most untouchable moguls. Diddy's family is now in the spotlight. His sons, once seen as heirs to his empire, are being pulled into the controversy. Videos surfaced showing them being escorted out of the house during the FBI raid. How much do they know? And how will they carry on with the weight of their father's scandal looming over them? As Diddy faces multiple legal battles and a career at its lowest point, questions about his future remain unanswered. Will he fight back and regain his empire? Or has the world finally seen the cracks in his carefully constructed persona? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Diddy's story is far from over. The public's reaction to Diddy's downfall has been intense. Fans are torn between supporting the artist who shaped hip-hop and confronting the man accused of serious wrongdoing. Social media is flooded with opinions, and some even question whether we can separate the artist from the person. In the age of cancel culture, Diddy's reputation hangs in the balance. Diddy's once untouchable reputation is now a shell of its former self. The mogul who was adored by millions has become a figure of controversy. His influence in entertainment, business, and fashion has been overshadowed by the scandal, leaving a tarnished legacy in its wake. Is there any way to recover from this kind of damage? Navigating through the legal system is a battle on its own. Diddy faces multiple lawsuits, some civil, others criminal. Lawyers on both sides work tirelessly to either protect or dismantle his empire. The legal maze he must traverse could take years, and with each twist and turn, more details of his life are exposed. The floodgates have opened. As Diddy fights to clear his name, more individuals continue to come forward with their own accusations. From employees to former lovers, the stories echo one common theme: a man who used his power and wealth to manipulate, intimidate, and control. Can Diddy deny all these claims? Or is there too much weight to the growing chorus of voices? Diddy was once a mentor to some of the biggest names in music, but now those same artists must wrestle with their loyalty to him. Many have remained silent, while others are speaking out, either in support or criticism. How does one navigate the fine line between loyalty and morality when the man who made you a star is facing these allegations? The media has played a significant role in shaping the narrative around Diddy's scandal. Headlines shift between salacious details and legal developments. But how much of it is true and how much is sensationalized for profit? As the world watches, the line between fact and fiction becomes harder to define. While Diddy's inner circle remains mostly quiet, some former associates have hinted at the cost of staying silent. The fear of retaliation is real. Those who once stood by his side now find themselves facing moral dilemmas. The question lingers: is silence complicity? And who can afford to speak out without risking everything? Diddy's family has been torn between protecting their patriarch and grappling with the growing allegations. As the legal battles intensify, his children face public scrutiny. How much do they know? How much do they believe? At the intersection of loyalty and truth, they're caught in a storm that no family should have to weather. Diddy's rise to fame was nothing short of legendary, but now his empire teeters on the edge of collapse. Once a mogul who had his hand in everything from music to fashion, Diddy is now faced with the consequences of his actions. Can someone who built an empire from nothing recover when everything starts to crumble? Diddy's fall represents a shift in the entertainment industry's relationship with celebrities. The culture of idolization is starting to give way to accountability. As more stars face scrutiny for their off-screen behavior, the question remains: how much longer will Hollywood and the music industry support those who fall from grace?